The final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to Center Parc Stadium in Atlanta, home to the Georgia State Panthers. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Georgia State Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Raging Cajuns will boot it away to start the game. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Trying the left side. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23. Both these teams have had some good moments this year, and they'd love nothing better than to improve their bowl positioning, build a little momentum by getting a win in this one.
You're just trying to punctuate the season, right? How big would it be for one of these two programs to finish the year as a ranked team? It would help them so much in the offseason with recruiting and really help their confidence looking ahead to next year, David.
And confidence and momentum and just learning how to win. A part of that is a part of the process of being great in the future. And this team, learning how to win, finding ways to get it done. It's only going to build momentum, and hopefully you can carry that over to next season.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on 3rd. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Louisiana.
I mean, you talk about coming out as a defense and setting the tone and letting them know it's going to be a long game. Let's do this. How about a pick 6 on the first possession? Nice job by the defense coming out and striking first in this ball game.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking to throw on 1st down. They're working that left side. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
The Panthers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. From the gun on 3rd down. Pressure coming. He's got an open man. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. And the Panthers have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to keep it in the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And this is not the start this guy envisioned in this game. He's already thrown a pick six here in the first quarter, and now he takes a sack. You got to wonder if that pick six rattled him a little bit. And if he's out here now seeing ghosts, he's got to get to the sideline.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Got room on the return. The 20. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Great place to start for this offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run it from the gun. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
Grab behind the line. It's Manziel. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. After getting knocked down behind the line, it's 2nd and goal from the 7. Back to pass. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Raging Cajuns. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Louisiana. This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
14, Georgia State, 0.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. He's got him in the flat. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
The Panthers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab on the left. Still on his feet at the 45. Turning on the Jets. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11. And the Panthers in the hurry-up. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
This definitely isn't the start they drew up. I mean, you already throw a pick 6, now you get sacked. Man, they're going to have to find a way to settle this quarterback down, get something going offensively. So far, not a lot of positives to point to.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Dances away. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that one's going to be incomplete. He was throwing for the touchdown, but just couldn't get the foot down in bounds.
Quarterback's been rolling the dice, and he's been losing in this game. He's got multiple interceptions already. That one should have been picked, but the defender was out of bounds once he caught it.
And he missed it. No good. Guys, a missed field goal, and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game.
And these are the ones that make me want to remove kickers from a game. I mean, this is a chip shot field goal. It should be an automatic 3. He misses. Wasted drive, wasted opportunity.
At the 45, on his way. He's loose. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Cajuns. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. On the move at the 30. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. The Panthers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Looking downfield on first down. Forced out of the pocket. The defense sort of hurts this quarterback out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage for a loss.
You've got to do a better job with your decision-making at quarterback. I love the individual effort, escaping when things break down. Now you're trying to find someone open downfield on the scramble drill, but no one's there. Just throw it away. Take the incompletion, live to play another day. But now, because you ran out of bounds, you've lost 3 yards.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't complete the bullet pass on third down.
You wonder if there's just a little bit of rust with this offense right now coming off the bye week, right? They just haven't been able to get clicking in this game throwing the football. They're going to have to find that mojo and get back into a rhythm here pretty quickly.
On his way back from the 20. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. They'll give it to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Caught in the backfield, it's Manziel. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Offense breaks the huddle on third down. Here's the pressure. And they can't make the play on third down.
And that's the play the defense finally needed, man. They were getting gashed early. First 2 drives, they gave up 2 touchdowns. They knew they had to be able to get off the field. Great job creating the incompletion there on third down, now setting up 4th.
Bottled him up, not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. They've got a first down here to open the period. They'll start this drive going to the air. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Release to the back. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Turning it on. Bulldozes his way through. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
After that huge play, they've now got it inside the 30. It's 1st and 10. They'll try to get outside. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Boy, it was like the defender heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
And one of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it and they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Manziel. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14. The Raging Cajuns are flying down the field. From the red zone, looking for a man. Catch in the middle. It's Knight. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Gonna look downfield again. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect.
Touchdown, Louisiana! Quick strike through the air for the score.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be dang. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. Grabbed in the middle, it's Claiborne. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. Georgia State jumps back to the line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Making side adjustments here. Back to pass on second down. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he fired a ball. But it's incomplete.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on 3rd down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm, but you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. The throw. Picked off. What a play to set him up.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back. And here's the thing. That's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
They go to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Back to the ground with the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Working that left side now. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. A little screen to the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Georgia State jumps back to the line. Second down, he'll throw it. He's got it on the run. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
Music note! Music note!
Might be calling a hot route. He's looking to pass. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Raging Cajuns buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
Here we go.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be 3rd down.
Ooh, and they almost had another one, and this defense is dialed in, man. The interception on the last possession, almost another one there. They've got a really good read on this passing game.
There he goes. That's just what the doctor ordered in the running game. He gets it out to the 16 before going out of bounds. The Raging Cajuns have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. He's taking the shot. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
Really good coverage by the DB there, and an even a better job of locating the football and then knocking it away.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. The sure hands, it's Gilbert. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Gilbert. He's down at the 27. They can stop the clock, and this is a 1st down. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. Trying play action. Moves away as he feels pressure. Caught near the sticks. It's Gilbert. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. And the Raging Cajuns started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Lets it fly. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Raging Cajuns.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They scored again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the 2nd half?
Louisiana, 35. Georgia State, 0.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Waning seconds of the 1st half. Let's see how they handle it. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Lost one deep down the right side. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field, and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the 1st half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Ready to start things here in the 2nd half. Georgia State about to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that 1st half momentum rolling. Grabbed behind the line. It's Manziel.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Didn't make it any easier on themselves on 1st down. Now 2nd and long from the 21. Caught behind the line. It's Knight. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. On the run, fires downfield. He makes the catch. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Using his legs, it's Knight. Got the 1st down and more. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. The Raging Cajuns have their offense in high gear. They're going to ride this running back. He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much.
On the double.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8.
Easy.
Looking to fire. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Third down.
So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Oh, you know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
Throws to the tight end. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. And the Raging Cajuns come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The play action fake. Rushes on him. Going for 6. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. He'll start this drive firing, using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He's got it on the right, finds a seam. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. Georgia State jumps back to the line. Quarterback may change this route. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. It's complete to the left. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Gets it out fast. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Breaks the tackle. They're able to make the stop, but not before Georgia State has a 1st down.
Yeah, nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Panthers. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Grab near the marker. It's Gilbert. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they've kick-started this drive with that one. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Sends it downfield. Makes the grab inside the 30. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Cajuns.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Mountain West. Air Force is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Colorado Springs, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Wyoming. The moment something changes in this Mountain West fight, you will hear about it here. Back to you guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second.
Looking for a deep man. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. The run from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires left. Makes the grab. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. That's the end of the period. It's Louisiana in the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They go back to work in the final period of this one. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Got a little space. Makes one man miss. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Raging Cajuns have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. They'll run play action. Here comes the heat. Throwing on the run. Snags it on the right. There he goes. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you can just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think is going to continue to grow.
They'll give him maybe 1 on the play. It's down to the 20. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He'll take it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. Oh, it's a fumble. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. They've got the screen set up. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Georgia State jumps back to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. Pressure's there and he lets it go. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on second down. Moving away from pressure. Hit as he throws. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on fourth down is to no avail.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did. And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Pass the sticks and still on his feet.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the fourth quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. First down.
And the Raging Cajuns are rolling down the field.
22 water. 22 water.
Now on the move. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical.
He's going for the goal line. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
First and 10.
Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Georgia State jumps back to the line.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Georgia State ready to go with another 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw again. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Chunked it away just as he was hit. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down. And now this offense will try to overcome that 2nd down incompletion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Man, this is a punch to the gut. When you know you're losing, and you know you got to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the football, and they still run the football down your throat. It's been that kind of day for this defense.
Now on 1st down from the 30.
Here we go.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. He's up to 51 yards rushing so far in this one, and he's closing in on 1,200 for the season. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. And the quarterback takes a knee. Here on 3rd down.